Hello there, everybody. Welcome, Curtis. How's everybody doing this evening? How are you doing, Angela?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Oh, living the dream. I
Can you
hate
say in
moving.
Ohio?
I hate moving. It's BS. Don't do it. So that's for sure. Hey, Chris. Hey, Kathy A. Welcome, everybody. So we're down here in Memphis, and we still haven't even unpacked yet. So
Hmm.
I know I'm saying more than that. I told Mary, don't even look at me. Don't even speak to me. Just leave me alone.
Yeah, I think I moved last. I was in the middle of winter, so it was really hard. It was sub-freezing temperatures, and trying to move it was all the stuff, and on the trailer, and a couple trailers, a moving truck, and trying to move everything, and it was rough. I would have to say it was pretty rough.
Oh, yeah. It's just nothing went right. Refrigerator went out, water coming from the floor, dishwasher leaking. It's just whatever. But I'm here for I don't know how long, but I'm here.
I thought it was interesting. As I usually on Sundays, I usually post a short video on the psychic phenomena, paranormal, supernatural, and the last couple Sundays we're talking about premonitions. And I kept harping back on, and it's been harped upon in several of my videos. I was warning people, okay, these people's guides are coming to me saying, hey, there's going to be some riots in the street, there's going to be some violence, there's going to be a lot of chaos. And I was told they're saying it's based on an untruth.
Right.
And I was told that, and I just said that again Sunday, and look what happens in California.
It's a mess. Just send in the troops, wipe them out, get law and order, screw them. They got a hillbilly convoy going out there. Did you see that?
I have
All the
not seen that.
rednecks
I
with
have
all
not
the
seen.
jacked up trucks and American flags. They're like, we're going to save the troops. I'm like, oh hell.
Ugh. And they'll probably be resolved by the time they get there.
If not, they'll wrap it up. So,
Probably. Probably a few grandmas with shotguns with them too, wrapping it up.
so I can't read that. What is that saying? Well, I get an A, B, C, D, or E failing my exam. It looks like you're going to get a C plus a B. I don't know who that is, but so Curtis is like, where do I sign up? Curtis has got an RV. We'll just jump in there. So yeah, that's the truth. All just piling Curtis's RV and shotguns, rifles, and 4-wheel drives. It's the only thing a country boy needs to survive, right?
Right. Exactly.
So all right, I got to start footing these. I got to start marking these. They're already. Will it be a C or a B? Well, if you don't quit changing your answers, it's going to be a B. You're second guessing yourself. So, oh, she's in Norway. Well, welcome. Nice to have you from Norway. Nice to have you. Angela, do you want to see what you come up with on her grade on her test?
Okay, let's take a look here. That's interesting because the runes are letters. Let's
Right.
see what the runes have to say.
She
So
says a B minus. No, it's going to be barely a B. But anyways, let's see what Angela comes up with.
see what the runes have to say about your test. So the first rune I got is Rytho. So Rytho is telling me you're on the right path. I just feel like Rytho is saying like you've got it, you've got all the knowledge in your brain, like it's there. You shouldn't be doubting yourself. The next rune I got is Degas. Which I popped. Just a minute. So Degas is the rune of enlightenment and knowledge. So this rune is showing me you taking a deep breath and before the test. Like taking this deep breath and like, oh, I got this. Just imagine yourself. It's going to be a good test. Final rune This is algae. So this is A. This is the A rune. Okay. This is algae. This is represents sanctuary protection, but this is also the possibilities negative, neutral, positive. So the runes are saying, look, you got the knowledge. I keep seeing yourself. You studied a lot on this, so you got this. You got this, and it's more of your nerves than anything else that would bring it down. Not so much the knowledge you have. The knowledge is there. Runes are saying, yeah, if you just focus, take a deep breath,
Yeah, I
and
get she gets nervous a lot.
yeah, just yeah, you don't have to be so nervous. You take a deep breath on this. You got this. As long as you focus, the runes say, hey, you got the A rune that came up, algae. So stay focused, breathe, just relax. You got this. There's no reason for you to be nervous, and you'll get that A. If you follow according to the runes, you just take that deep breath and relax. Don't have so much anxiety over it.
Yeah, she says I'm very anxious. I can feel the energy. Yeah, absolutely. It's all right. You got this. You actually did pretty well. You just second guess yourself a lot.
Yeah.
So, hey, Kathy, welcome. Joey, nice to see you from Norway. Hopefully, you keep tuning in to this show and other shows. So, yeah. The next one it has, if I can read it, I'm about going blind, was there's a significance to why I recently had deja vu on a car accident with someone hitting me. Oh, whoa. Sounds like a premonition.
Okay, car bumper. Okay, 2 years apart, and if so, for what reason? Okay, let's see
Interesting.
what the runes have to say about this deja vu. For Chris L. So the first rune is Kenya's. So Kenya's is wisdom. I'm getting the impression that you are warning yourself. It's like your other self is warning you. It's like you yourself at another time and place is like sending a message to yourself. Like, hey, look out for this. This is a sign. Next rune I got, this is Gabo. So Gabo is gift, meaning that I'm feeling that this is a gift of knowledge, like a message, a gift from yourself to yourself. Next one I got is Nadis. So Nadis is a tight band around the chest. It could be stress, but it's also love. It can also be the emergency. What I'm seeing from Nadis is it actually feels like this is something that's drawing your attention. That this is important. Like, look at this. This is very important. Pay attention to this. This is a sign. This is a sign. And it feels like somebody's trying to wake you up, like you're trying to take charge of your own spiritual awakening because another self, another version of you is sending that message back to you across time and trying to wake you up.
Yeah, just be cautious. I agree with Angela. Absolutely. So,
And there's an idea that there's somebody came with the theory that this is our loop. We're in a time loop, and this is our second loop around. So you could, in the first loop, you can actually send yourself a message to the other you in the second loop that something's about to happen. And he said he experienced that himself. He heard he was driving, and he had a premonition about an accident, and a certain song came on, and he realized it was him sending a message to himself that an accident was about to happen, and he was able to avoid the accident.
well, I tell you what, this girl from Norway, man, for some reason, every time she asks a question, I got two. What are you coming up with, Angela?
I see two for sure. I see two older children and a baby. So that gives me an indication of how far apart they are. It seems like the two are really close together, either like they're twins or paternal twins, and then one's a baby coming later. They look like two boys and a girl.
Mm. So how's everybody else doing out in La La Land in chat? Sure did miss everybody. She said, "Oh my god." Oh, you asked. Yeah, you asked. So.
she's going, oh my, Angela, I have tears. Yeah, twin boys. And that's what I saw, two twin little boys and a baby.
So yeah, but it's been interesting. I tell you that. Anybody else wants to jump on the list? I'm trying to read it. I may have to have Angela to check it for me. So yeah, it has been. It's been weird, Chris. You know, dealing with the moving and marrying the kids and everything that didn't go right. It's just like, oh my god, I actually felt the face of the earth, didn't I, Angela?
Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, it was like whatever. Right? Like I said, we still haven't even unpacked. I really don't care if we do, to be honest. So it's one of the kids. No, the little boy that you aborted, Maria, is actually with you right now. So, but yeah, the moon, Chris, was awful. I almost became an alcoholic. I don't even drink. So, Joey, I've been without my phone. I missed you guys. Yeah, I missed everybody, especially you, Joey. I even tried to reach out to you a few times. I'm glad you're back. So, absolutely. Maria's got another question. She's typing it, I think.
Okay.
Go ahead, Maria. Type out your other question. Don't stop now. Mr. Bigfoot, do you feel 2 kids or 3? Well, I actually see 4, and that's the 2 to 3 that I saw, plus the one that's not with you. But I agree with Angela. I will buy reading with you, Angela. Angela, just make sure and tell her your information's at the bottom of the screen to reach you.
Right, so you actually have to go to Google and type in my name, Angela Boley, Psychic Portrait Artist. You'll see 2 results. One of them will be my Facebook page. One of them will be my website. Click on the Facebook page. And if you have Facebook, you go right to my page using the Google search engine. Don't try to find me on Facebook using Facebook, because Facebook has shadow banned me and they do all this nonsense to me. I'm always at war. Facebook's always at war with me. So just use Google. Use Google, and the first 2 results, once you get on my Facebook page, just send me a message or just leave a comment. And then what I do when, in my readings, is that I actually paint portraits of spirits that I see around you, and I pass on their messages as I'm painting. And there's 2 different packages. One is just really quick. It's just like 15 minutes. And the other one is more in depth and more detailed, and it's in painting, and it's done on canvas. And then I take a few 2 weeks with your guys and listen to talk to them. And then I do a printout, I do rune readings, and they ship everything to you. Now, I don't know what the shipping cost is going to be from here to Norway. I'm sure it's a little bit more than from Ohio to Kentucky, I'm sure. I'm going to have to
Right.
see what that would be.
Let's see here. Chris, can you read that? I can't read that. My eyes are so blurry.
Speaking of premonitions, only if you have time, was my seeing a shirt with the book characters from The Frog and the Toad at the Riverfront Friday a premonition or coincidence, please and thank you. So,
premonition. I don't know what premonition that you're seeing. I'm being told it is a premonition that is
Mhm.
something that's going to come true. I don't know what that is referencing because I see a spiral library like the old ones that you walk up on the ladder to the top shelves. I don't know, Angela. What do you get?
Okay, yeah. So let me take a look here. I was answering something here for Maria. I'll have to pull a rune for her on her question about the baby. But as far as your premonition, Chris, when you were saying you saw that, I really feel like it is a premonition because I feel like I'm being pulled up. When I feel like
Yeah,
I'm being pulled
tall
up,
library, like being like on a ladder being pulled up. Yeah,
yeah, I feel like I'm being pulled up. So this is something that this feels like this is being a call to something higher up that you need to pay attention. So I'm going to go ahead and just draw a rune
oh
on it.
wow, she says the riverfront actually is across from the library, so that's what I'm
Oh, okay.
seeing.
Okay. Yeah, I felt like I was being pulled up. See what the runes have to say about it. What I'm what I'm feeling is that you may want to do a meditation where you actually are very deep relaxation and you're going through an open door, but you're going up, going towards heaven. And you want to meet with your guides up there and ask them for more information on what this is about. Okay, so let me go ahead and draw some runes here for you. Okay, Chris. So the first rune I got, this is Thorisaz. So Thorisaz usually means danger. It could be caution. It could be, take care, boundaries. And I'm being told caution on what your next moves on and how you treat this premonition. Okay, it can't be something that's to take lightly. It's something that's a clue in on something. Okay, and the next rune I got here, this is Feiyu. So Feiyu is money. Okay, so but this feels like, but Feiyu does have another side to it, and I'm getting the impression it's like seeing money in your dreams, like is another piece of this. Like look, like pay attention to your dreams, pay attention to transactions. The next rune I got here, this is land goose. So land goose is flow. This is growth. But I'm getting like this is a insight, like a flash of insight for you. Like this is something like your guides are trying to send you a message on. And it feels like this once you experience this premonition and it does come true, there's growth for you. There's like a spiritual growth and awareness that happens that kicks in, and then there's a better relationship with your guides. And so you start having more of these premonitions and you start having better communication. And it's something that becomes a very good stepping stone for you, a great experience of personal growth for you.
Absolutely. Welcome, Standing Stones. Nice to see you here. Miss you, brother. Hope all is well. Okay. I would love that stranger connection to them. Thank you.
Stronger connection. Yeah.
Oh, I was like, why does it say stranger? I was like, oh Lord. Ah, that's funny. Stranger can. I was like, what's she talking about? What kind of stranger connection do you want? I
Yeah.
know, right, Chris?
Yeah. Yeah, I would be if you could just, and it's not a big deal to talk to your guides this way. It just relax and clear your mind, and is that visualization of going through an opening. Just ask that heaven opens and that you get to go talk to your guides about this. Okay, so Marie's asking about how old do you feel the twin boys would be when the little girl is born? Do I have a big risk of getting twins? To me, I'm seeing twin boys, and the little girl and the boys that I'm seeing look like they're like about maybe 7 or 8 years old, and then their little sister comes. That's what I was seeing those ages. So it's like there's quite a bit of distance. They're a bit apart. They're old enough to help take care of their little sister. is what I was showing. I'll just ask the runes about children and so forth. See what the runes have to say for you about this. Okay, so the first rune, this is Burkana. This is motherhood. This is the very first rune I drew. So I'm feeling like this rune is telling me there's a healing going on, and there's confirmation from the rune saying, like, yeah, that you're drawn to motherhood, that motherhood's going to happen for you. The next rune I got here for you, this is Helgelas. So Helgelas is the rune of interference. It's the unexpected, but it's also transformation as well. This is the hailstone. And this can also be a time of the year, which they call this the Halloween rune, which would be October time frame. What I'm getting on here, I'm getting a feeling of like, yeah, this is kind of not expected, in that, but there's an anxiousness and excitedness of this happening. So like I feel that, like, oh, it's exciting that this is going to happen. Like this anxious, like this is something to look forward to. And then the rune is saying that this is an amazing transformation. So this rune is telling me, this rune is talking to me and saying this has to do with healing from your past. And this motherhood actually gets the full healing completed, like becoming a parent, like becoming a mother, helps heal from the past. Okay, that's what their rune is telling me. The next rune I got is Nadi. So Nadi's, this is the need fire. This is what you would have an emergency fire. It can also represent love. It can also represent a little bit of stress and basic necessities. But what I'm getting is the feeling of anxiousness. So after baby's born, particularly the little girl, there's a kind of an frantic taking care of her and getting things organized and trying to take care of her needs. And I see this more with the baby girl than with the boys. It seems like the boys, to me, when the boys come, it feels like to me everything goes very smoothly, whereas the daughter, since the daughter is coming later on, it just feels like that maybe that pregnancy doesn't go as expected, but it turns out so well, as far as, because I see the baby is healthy. It's just that there is, I think she comes a little bit early, is what I'm being told, that she comes a little bit early, like she's a little bit premature, but she's healthy as anything, and the boys are just crazy about her.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with that. Like Chris says, you got this, Maria.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I'm seeing twin boys.
I feel like she's typing again. I don't know why.
I keep seeing two little blonde boys.
Interesting. I wonder what Curtis is on here. Curtis, are you still here? What does that say?
Double trouble.
Oh, Lord. Unbelievable. I hope she's ready.
My great grandfather was a twin. He was a midnight. There were twins. They would skip every generation, so fraternal twins.
Yeah. You'd be surprised they actually do skip generations and run in people's family that don't even know it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So.
Dow has a question. I gave her that nickname. No, your roommate. Okay.
Is my roommate, what does it say?
Soulless.
Oh,
I just see a person with like very, very self-centered. It's like they're they have very dark eyes. I just think something dark looking out of their eyes. Okay. I got Burkana again. And I got Ewas. I'm just asking about your situation with your roommate. Okay. So the thing I'm getting with your roommate, it feels like you need protection from your roommate, and I see that this is also protection for Canna. This is the feminine, fine feminine. Um, I feel like the roommate has kind of a dark, low vibration, not a very highly developed person. More like on the spiritual level, they're just kind of low level, low vibration. And the next room, which is Ewas, which is journey. And I'm being told that this person, this roommate, was put in your life to challenge you. Like this was done by the spirit world on purpose. And the next one I got is algaes, which is the inverse of protection. This is more like lack of sanctuary, lack of lack of solitude, lack of peace. And I'm being told like this disruption, how you handle that, if you do not respond with negativity, but you respond your negativity with positivity, keep your cool, stay collected, stay on that higher level. That's what you're being tested on, to see if you can maintain that higher level and maintain your patience and your cool and your calm dealing with a person like this.
she's very popular and going through
She's very
grieving,
popular and giving, but mean.
but mean. What the
But
hell?
mean. Yeah, it's somebody that wants attention. And it's just like could be like what we call them when I knew people like that, I would call them attention vampires, right? They would give only so they can receive, right? So they can get to be the center of the attention.
There you go. There's a question for you.
Am I expecting too much when it comes to respect? Okay, crafting. Well, I would say I'm actually drew a rune for you, which is Wunya, which is fresh start, new beginning, good news, happy news. What I'm getting on this is what I was initially told is that the greatest respect is respect for yourself. So respect yourself first. And regardless of how anybody treats you or treats you or talks to you or talks down for you, they're very disrespectful to you. Um, put out that respect you have for yourself. Just put out the energy that you have that respect, you have that self-respect. They have to honor that. You put that energy out there, they have to honor that. The next rune I got for you is Urus. So Urus is strength, but it's also like the strength of endurance and fortitude. So it actually represents iron. So I just keep seeing somebody like at you all the time, like blah 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 blah, right? They're not very good. They're not very good, right? Keep your self respect, and don't like the runes are saying like you don't have to respond to that, right? You don't have to respond back to that. You don't have to snap at them. Just keep that respect for yourself. And next rune I got for you, this is Feiyu. So Feiyu is money. um, it feels like to me that um, you actually end up with a way to leave the situation. You have an economic opportunity coming up. Kind of
Oh,
leave that situation behind, and that person's really where you go? I don't have anybody to disrespect anymore. And and when you're in a different place and you've got a little bit more money, and it's like the impression I'm getting from the runes, like seeing you maintaining your dignity, keeping your self-respect, and just go past them. When that opportunity comes up, just go. Right?
Right. Isn't that the truth?
And then that person will have to be in shock and that you left them behind, and look how well you ended up without them.
Yeah. Curse has got a question. He wants any updates from his last reading. I don't remember. Do you?
Yeah, let's see what we got here. Am I expecting? Okay. Well, you put the same message in there. Okay. Any updates from the last reading, Curtis? No, I don't remember much.
I don't either.
I think we were talking about the sign before.
Curtis, refresh your memories.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Karma is a wrath, I'm telling you.
Karma is a witch. I think is what was said. Yeah, and you always feel like you're defending yourself. Yeah, that's just this is a person, I'm getting the person is a person that just likes to take energy and just be that person that takes energy, and you don't have to give it to them. You can just act like you don't care.
Oh, the attachment's not there anymore, Curtis. I remember now. I don't feel like it's there.
Oh, the attachment. We were talking about this, the shadow attachment.
Right.
Okay. So first, let's see. Yeah, I'm not feeling an attachment. I'm actually seeing land goose, which is flow, which is everything's going well. But I do see that you've been weakened by this attachment. I got this, but I got it upside down, meaning weakness. Like this has weakened you. But I have Sowilo as the final one, so that's epiphany, that's breakthrough, that's light. So we're saying that, altogether, when I look at this land goose, like you've got this weakness, like this temporary weakness, it feels like that you actually overcome. So you actually regain your strength after this.
Yeah, I agree with Angela. I do.
There is a snark. Snark. Snark alert, huh? I just call people that come here and just nag and nag and nag. It's just because there are people that just want attention. They want to be at the center, and they want to feel like they're in a position. That's this power that they can have over you, and you don't have to give it to them. When people act like that towards me, I just be very unemotional and just be very professional, and just stay professional with them, and don't give them the satisfaction of seeing me annoyed or feeling frustrated. And just say, this is where my boundaries is. I'll get this done when it gets done, and when I say it gets done. People like that.
What does Curtis say?
Great. I feel the difference. Just wanted to see if there was some verification. Yes.
Yeah, I didn't. Hey, Maria. I'm her. You're a different version of her, but yes, you're he, or she's she. That didn't make no sense, did it? Oh my gosh.
Narcissistic behavior, yeah. And people engage in that because they don't have the confidence in themselves. That's why they do it. They don't have any sense of self-worth. They just, at least that's what my understanding is that they don't have the self-worth or anything like that, so they try to take it from everybody else to make themselves feel more valuable. And with them, people like that, just deal professionally with them. Just bring the wall up, put the wall up, and you're going to get the minimum from me, and that's it.
Right. What is Jackie saying?
Jackie says, my grandma was very guarded with her emotions, incredibly generous in many ways, but when you hurt her, she became mean.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. They don't know who they are. And Chris is saying they don't know who they are when they have to stand on their own 2 feet. Exactly.
Yeah, that's typical.
Mm-hmm.
Really is.
Mm-hmm. You're right. There's people that have done YouTube videos on how to deal with a narcissist when you have to deal with them in a work environment or in a family environment, or there's a lot of information on it now. It wasn't like when people older, growing up, and there wasn't that information around. We didn't have YouTube or anything
Right.
like
We
that.
didn't. We didn't
And
have Google.
we'd have to go to the library and try to dig something out that might help us figure these
Or
people
listen to a
out.
lot of bad advice.
Yeah, a lot of bad, yeah, exactly. A lot of bad advice too. And we learn, oh, I'm not going to take that advice again.
Right. That's the truth. What is Dow Dow saying?
Down Down says, I'm not afraid of her, but she knows talking about my only child gets under my skin. Yep, and that's their link. So what you can do, which I have done, which I've had narcissists close to me, is that I do a cord cutting. So a cord cutting is sort of like a ritual, and this narcissist knows that's their cord, that's their attachment to you. And what you do is you take like something like cellulite, like a crystal, and say, I revoke all permission for you to have any power or control or relationship with me. I revoke all permissions, all access to me. And then you imagine cutting that cord.
Right.
And then so it doesn't bother you. So the next time it comes up, it's like, I've already cut that cord. It's not bothering me.
Right. Absolutely. What is
Maria,
Amy saying?
oh, Amy say experiences can make us mean.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. A reaction causes a chain reaction.
Mm-hmm.
So just remember that.
Oh, Maria says her granddad has a twin brother. See,
Told
it's
you it ran in the family.
uh-huh. Yeah.
I think she's got those genes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Are you a big chance of getting twins? And it looks like to me it's a very good chance of getting twin boys.
Yeah, absolutely. Is my straight or not what's that saying?
Oh, it says, so my English is not the best, she says.
Pretty good.
I think it's great. Does her child have to cut the cord too? Oh, that's a good question about her child. Well, she doesn't have a cord to the child. She just has a cord to the mother, knowing that that gets under her skin. And so you can just cut that. And when you evoke all permissions, um, to all permissions to attach to you or to have any permissions with you, I mean, that's it. All those attachments are severed. You do that cord cutting, it's gone. It's like you're the wall, and it's not going to get past you.
Right. Let me catch up on these comments. I'm like way behind. Here's one. There you go.
Oh, when my daughter-in-law and I ever come together, I feel a personalities clash, and she feels above me. Okay. So let's take a look up here to see about the connections. Will we ever get along? This is Isa, so looks like not. It looks like there just has to be agree to disagree there. The next rune I got is Rytho. So Rytho is a journey of honor. It's more like maintaining integrity. Is and I feel like the intentions of both of you are good. It's just like you have you have very different ways of seeing the same thing. Is what I'm feeling. And the next rune is Berkana. So Berkana is protection, and it's the mother rune. So it's what I'm feeling is like you can get along, but maybe not be together as much. Like maybe limit that time together so you keep a good relationship and don't end up in a losing your tempers with each other. It's like you just have to, keep the peace between you.
What's Standing Stone saying?
My mom was born in 1920 and she was 9. The Depression hit. Yeah, my great grandfather was born, I believe, in 1910. And then he was alive during the pandemic of the World War One. And he was also alive during the Great Depression. And so, with him and his brother, it's when he started working because his parents died. So, yeah, it was a rough time for everybody, that time frame.
Yeah.
But people like that. I admire that generation so much for their resilience, and they teach us so much. And
Yeah, a lot of people couldn't survive what our grandparents went through.
mm-hmm.
That's for sure.
Yeah, ask some of these kids now to get a job and actually work for a few hours and about have a meltdown. So it's like
Right.
like our great grandparents. They work tirelessly, right, to find food, to support themselves, and in very tough circumstances.
No, absolutely. Yeah, I just don't think a lot of people could survive it. So,
She's asking, can I look up the? She's please, Miss, can you look up that baby girl? Okay, we just there's the baby girl. Let's focus on her. Okay, so I guess a rune right though journey, and this is Odin's wheel. Odin's wheel going across the sky. I'm getting that she chose you. It's like this baby girl, the soul that's coming, like she chose you to be her mother. Okay, and I got the impression here. Now the next rune I got is Isa, and she's it's as if she's saying, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I'm picking this time and place, and then she's chosen you. Okay. And the next one I got is Thorisos, which is just caution, just be careful. So it just feels like it's a pregnancy with some complications with it, with her. But she's meant to be here and understand that she's going to come through. And when I see her come, she looks a little bit swollen. So she's got, when babies, sometimes they get that water and, that little bit of a swelling that they have. They come out, they've got, they kind of have a fat face and a little chubbiness to her. Well, I see that her face her eyes just kind of look like slits. So, usually when I see something like that, that was like a baby that's had a little bit of difficulty, but she seems to be normal and healthy because I see her in the future growing up really well, and it feels like she came a little bit early, and I feel like there may be something going on with like during the pregnancy, that may be what we call pregnancy-related diabetes that may cause a little bit of an issue that they're worried about, but it's not. It's just more caution. It's just you take the precautions that they're telling you to take.
Yeah, make sure and reach out to Angela and get a hold of her. So another great show.
I believe so. I think it's a wonderful show. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, your grandma's saying she's laughing with you. Yeah, I love the sense of humor grandparents had. That's how they got through some difficult times. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, Angela. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. And from coast to coast, around the world, we'll catch you on the next show. Bye bye,
See ya.
everybody.
Bye.